Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a good run. It was a good run. Came to an end. It is all good though. One man dynasty. What's good, man? No need to be heartbroken.
I spent 25 years in
No need
national
to be
security
heartbroken at all.
agency, and I know firsthand what's needed by employers
It's all
in the
good though.
field of cybersecurity. Whether you're
What is do, YouTube? It is your boy Colts Talk back with another video. This is a live stream of the post-game reaction of the divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs. Unfortunately, I could not pull it off, but it is what it is. What happened to his hands, King Quest? What you talking about? Whose hands? What up, KDG? What's good? Whose hands you talking about? That's a beatable Kansas City team. Yeah, I know. And by the way, Kid Mark was never really a Chargers fan. He always was a Panthers fan. If he wasn't a Panthers fan, why would he have his logo and stuff like that? I'm just pulling up the numbers and everything. Just give me a second. I want to tweak the stream out too. But if you haven't already, go ahead, hit the like button. Tweet the stream out. Share it. I'm gonna go live. There you go. Kansas City Chiefs, #1 team in the AFC. Y'all think they proved it? Or you think our team didn't show up? I think they proved it. He was talking cash shit on the podcast about Houston. Yeah, because Houston sucks. Did I lie on the podcast? If I lied on the podcast, let me know now. Tell me two lies. Tell me two lies I said on the podcast. I'll wait. Who y'all play this weekend, Quest? Tell me two lies I said on the podcast about the Houston Texans. The floor is yours. I'm reading the chat. All right, there we go. While Quest is gathering the information about the lies I said, air quotes, on the podcast, I'm going to go ahead and get into the stats and the game summary of pretty much how this went. It pretty much was a blowout, lost by 16 points, 15, 16 points. It was bad. Scored at the end, garbage time. They tried to give Damian Williams a touchdown because he had one all game. That last drive that the Kansas City Chiefs had. Damian Williams was the first running back since I can remember. I don't remember what week it was, but the first to run over 100 yards. He did. He had 130. He had 129, but I counted as 130. I gave him that extra yard that we had in a while. No running back has really ran on us like that. Don't be upset. We'll be better next year. Yeah, I'm not upset. I said this plenty of times. I said if we lose, I wouldn't look bad at it. I wouldn't look down on the game that we lost in the playoffs because we wasn't supposed to make the playoffs to begin with. We started off 1-5, had one of the greatest comebacks in the NFL season, and to make the postseason plus the divisional round is a big upgrade. Talk about the drops. Yeah, man, of course, man. We had too many drops. Ebron, Ty, Dontre Ullman, Chester Rogers, of course. His drop and flimsies came back. Ebron had drops. Everybody was dropping the football. Already talked about it. That's nothing to talk about. It was plain and simple. But yeah, Damian Williams was the first to rush over 100 yards in weeks against the Colts. He was the first. It's been a long time. Patrick Mahomes, he was all right. He ain't had no passing touchdowns, no interceptions. He was okay. It was basically just the trick plays, the wildcats and the options that was pretty much messing us up. All their receivers they were pretty much running the football the whole game. Tyreek Hill, Darrell Williams, Patrick Mahomes had a rushing touchdown. Damian Williams had a rushing touchdown. Tyreek Hill had a rushing touchdown. Ebron was there for the escape routes, for the flat routes, basically. But they were pretty much beating us on the options and run plays. They looked pretty much like Baltimore today, but a successful version. But yeah, they pretty much ran the football the whole day. They aired it out a few times. They did like one at the end of the game, but Tyreek Hill never came up with it. But mostly on slant routes and flats, option plays, screen plays, bootlegs. That's what pretty much all they were doing. Our offense couldn't catch a grip, so couldn't our defense. Our defense was on the field for a long time today. That's pretty much why they were winded and getting scored upon. Luck had no interceptions. He did fumble, but it's okay. Stuff happens. Yeah, that's why people were comparing Lamar Jackson to Andrew Luck on Twitter. I didn't see that comparison at all because Lamar Jackson had a horrible game. But Luck got sacked 3 times today. We had injuries that happened at the down play at the end of the game, which didn't really matter. Mahomes threw for 278. Luck threw for 203. People say that 203 came from garbage time. It is what it is. Our team was pretty much garbage. We look worn out today when we played, but it is what it is. Had a lot of fumbles. Today, back and forth. The defensive effort, no one really showed up except for Darius Leonard. J.J. Wilcox was horrible. I don't know why he still was in the game. The corners, they were pretty much suspect today. I expected Luck to go at the defense a lot. I mean, even though his passes got swatted down a few times by Chris Jones, he could have had thrown over the top a few times, but he just couldn't get out of the pocket. He just couldn't get the football out, and which led to a horrible outlook of the game from offense perspective. The offense didn't show up today. The defense tried a few times. Adam Vinatieri didn't show up today, which was a major downfall. He held us down back for 4 points. Well, I think 7 points or something like that. He missed 2 extra points. But yeah, could have been 7 points. He missed 3 to go into the half, and then he missed 2 extras. That's why we have 13 points. But yeah, it was pretty much rough for the Colts today. I will answer questions in the chat if you do guys say anything. That punt that at the end of the game, which cost them the first down, I didn't think he hit him. Even when he came down, it looked like he flopped, but it is what it is. Some people talking about you cannot go after the punter after he gets rid of the football. Looked like a flop to me, but it is what it is. We lost the game. We can't go nowhere but up from here. Next season's going to be bright for us. We got a lot of cap space. I'm expecting us to go get a few targets out of free agency from Texans fan. Y'all did good, man. Thanks, Danny. I appreciate that. We did good enough, man. We did pretty decent. So I feel like the Texans wouldn't have put up a fight. I don't think they would have put up a fight for real. Or maybe. It maybe will. 2 gunslingers. Deshaun Watson and them probably would have found a way to put some points up on the board. But their defense definitely showed up. Nobody expected that. I mean, Chris Jones didn't even have a sack. But Justin Houston did. Shout out to him. It was his birthday as well. They didn't have any spots. Our offensive line pretty much turned some top D linemen into swatters, like we did JJ Watt. They were swatting the football. Turn the notifications off. Those loud. Sorry about that. But yeah, they didn't really they got to Luck 3 times, but most of them was swatting the passes. Luck almost threw an interception, but Nelson dropped it. I'm gonna wait G till next year and guess who we play. Oh, okay. I was just making a short question. You didn't even mention what I said on the podcast that was lies or blasphemy when I was talking about the Texans. Guess it wasn't important. But anywho, to all the trolls on Twitter and everything, like I said, I'll be waiting for the people to troll me. Like I said, if we lose, it wouldn't be a bad loss or it wouldn't matter because we weren't supposed to be there to begin with, and we had a great season. But the trolls will never affect me because I thought it was laughable. Most of the teams trolling did not make the playoffs. They didn't even have a chance to make the playoffs. I thought it was funny. Kid, I'm not talking about you in reference. Hopkins overrated, and you need to be a pocket quarterback. Facts. That's not lies. I said Hopkins didn't show up, so he was overrated to me. Yeah, I understand we overachieved, but I'm still mad as fuck because we haven't gave up 100 yards in no place since. Yeah, I know. That's what I said earlier. Nobody ran 100 yards rushing since today, Damian Williams. But I don't know. Maybe because we were on a Delta airline flight before we came to the game. I don't know. That's what I was guessing. Delta airline made a bit of cause of it. Snowgate, who knows? I don't know what we just lost. We didn't. We just was horrible. Super Bowl, you got the Saints versus the Chargers or the Saints versus the Chiefs. Wow, you really got the Patriots losing. Oh, I mentioned this on Twitter. I definitely think the Chiefs are going to beat the Chargers, but if they do play. But I mentioned this on Twitter. I said the Chiefs, which was the top team, and they had a flaky defense, showed up today. I'm wondering what all the other top teams are going to do. The Patriots had a bad week. Will they show up? The Rams, they play the Cowboys today. Will they show up? So the Chiefs, maybe they are starting like a spark for top teams. Adam Punk has got to go. Yeah, Adam Vinatieri, man, that's tough. I don't know, man. Old age, cold weather. I don't know. Remember when he started off in the cold weather? That's how his legacy started in the cold weather, kicking it for Tom Brady. But that's how it's going to end too, I guess. If he retires, he had a great career. He's a goat. It's going to go down as a goat. You know, some people mention other kickers like could have been my kicker missing field goals. I thought that was funny. The people just trolling to the highest is laughable to me. I laugh at the trolls because you can't troll a fan that didn't expect to be this far. That's what I gotta get through these people. Well, the internet trolls, like on Twitter. None of them would dare come in my chat. None of them will come in here. They got 2 strikes. They're not even 3. They got 2. But Andrew Luck had a great season. Unfortunately, it ended today against the #1 team in the AFC. But it is what it is. People ask me, "Do you see your team beating the Chiefs?" And I said, "Of course." I mean, they didn't show up. We got killed by penalties as well, which was another downfall. We averaged maybe 4 to 5 penalties a quarter, 4 to 5 a quarter. In the fourth quarter, we only had like 2, but the penalties and the drops, and it was just bad. It was just bad. We couldn't get out of and we couldn't run the ball, which was a problem. Which is another reason why I mentioned Le'Veon Bell to the highest. I mentioned Le'Veon Bell to the highest. Do you know how much of damage Le'Veon Bell would have did against the Chiefs? Marlon Mack and Naheem Hines started running the football at the end. Didn't Kid pick your team? Yes, he did. He did. Quest, if you want to blame him for our loss, you can. It is what it is, because on Twitter he mentioned T.Y., and after he mentioned him, T.Y. caught a passing touchdown. I thought that was funny. Oh, you picked the Chiefs. I don't know. I have to look back at the podcast, Quest. I don't know if you picked the Chiefs or not. I was the only one? I don't know. You probably was. I don't know. But after he mentioned T.Y., he caught a passing touchdown. I thought that was funny. But, like I said, I remember it said Chiefs versus Chargers AFC game. The Chargers, man, I trust the Chiefs more than the Chargers. But anywho, I don't know, man. Theory has been broken today. Andy Reid finally beat the Colts. He looked like a successful coach today, so maybe the Chargers will beat the Patriots for the first time. I don't know. If they do, I really wouldn't care. I still don't like Phillip Rivers. I still don't like the Chargers at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter to me. But like I said, if Le'Veon Bell comes to the Colts, what happened today will not happen again. I promise you that. It will not again. It won't. Because the running game was just shut all the way down. It was shut all the way down. And it just shows you, like, if we had a top running back, stuff like that wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't. Le'Veon Bell would definitely help us on the run game. And I preach this, and I will say this again. We need Le'Veon Bell. We need Le'Veon Bell, hands down. Him and Hines, Mac, I don't know what we're gonna do with Mac. I really don't care at this point to begin with. He's a decent running back. He can start elsewhere. He can stay here, but if Le'Veon Bell's out there, we gotta go get him. We have to go get him. We have to, hands down. Defense, if we can go get DeMarcus Lawrence, that'd be a good option too. Him, I don't know what Jabal Sheard was doing today. Danico Autry with that penalty when he was dancing in front of the ref with the air thrust. I don't know what the point was with that, but um, everything was just our fault of why we lost. We basically lost this game. Kansas City was just playing with house money. They didn't even throw a touchdown. They were just running the football the whole game. Travis Kelsey, he was there. He had 7 receptions and 100 receiving yards. That's pretty much expected. Ebron had 5 receptions for 51 yards, 50 yards off of Travis Kelsey, but it is what it is. They both didn't have touchdowns, so you cannot come in here with that Kelsey argument. Even though Kelsey's a good tight end, don't get me wrong, he could be the best in the NFL. And Chester bettered off being a teacher at Grambling because it's more time like watching the games than that's the plan. And I don't mean, oh man, hold up. Here you go. And Chester better off being a teacher at Grambling because it's more talent watching the game than that's playing the game. I don't mean any old grandma. I mean people who was overlooked, lost in the world. That's tough. Chester Rogers, man, he had an up and down season. Basically, Chester Rogers was basically our record. He started off horrible, he got good, and then he got bad again. Chester Rogers just had a Colts season. Fire everyone. That's tough, Colts fan. I seen you on Twitter too, man. That's tough. Fire everyone. Man, you can't. Well, Matt might be gone anyway. I think Matt signed with somebody. Oh, you're joking. Yeah, I know. I think the defensive coordinator signed with somebody though. Um, it looked like he wanted to get up out of there anyway. I feel like Matt might have been the reason we lost this game. Our defensive coordinator. He had coaching offers, coach somewhere else, but I think he might stay on our team. The Browns interviewed him, but they didn't go with him. But I don't know, man. The defensive coordinator was just lost today. He was just lost. He couldn't come up with anything to do. Darius Leonard, he tried his best, but he couldn't come out the mud. I mean, he got a forced fumble, which was pretty good. He had 14. He led us in tackles, but some of the times in zone coverage, when Travis Kelsey was coming around, played a big cost with Darius Leonard because he ran out of options. He kind of was too late to adjust to figure out how to stop him. And tight ends has been the problem um, in our season playing against other teams that had like top receivers or top tight ends. Gardner tight end is the problem that needs to be adjusted. Tyreek Hill wasn't really a known factor unless he was doing that bootleg or that option play. Throwing it deep was a shutdown factor as I expected. Him running the football was a success, but I don't know. Maybe next week he'll actually score. Who knows? But yeah, we did our job on the passing game, except for Travis Kelsey. Their passing game was pretty much suspect. They did what they was supposed to do to attack us, which was the run game. They ran the football pretty much the whole game, and our defense was exhausted. When the offense got back out there, they couldn't do anything. So I'm pretty much blaming the defense for our loss. But the offense didn't do anything either. So they do get blamed as well. So it's kind of like 50-50. Where do we go from here? Off season, we wait for Deion Kane to come back, which is probably the best receiver that got hurt at the beginning of the year. He's going to come back and have a big next year. But real talk, most teams going to say next year. But for the Colts, next year would be for real, for real. I'm sure we all trust Ballard Boots in the draft free agency. Absolutely. Ballard got us Nelson and Darius Leonard. Deion Kane got hurt. He would have been a big target today. Deion Kane would have had a successful season, but he got hurt at the beginning. I had high hopes from him coming out of the draft. Hey, good game, you guys. We know maybe the Colts will rematch with us in the playoffs again. You must be a Chiefs fan. Must be a Chiefs fan. Well, shout out to you, Jar Jar. Yeah, free agency should be a success for us. Shout out to Coach Frank. He had a great year with us. Coach Frank did pretty good. No one expected this. Like I'll say it again. Nobody expected a season like this, especially from him coming from the Super Bowl. He coming in to run the team by himself as a head coach. He was an offensive coordinator. Next year would definitely be adjusted. I don't know what we're gonna do with Anthony Costanzo on the offensive line. He's injury prone. He's one of the reasons we went 1-5 because the offensive line was hurt and Nelson was the only one out there. But I don't know what we're gonna do with him. Um, I don't know what are we gonna attack on offense, but I know we need to get some defensive players and Le'Veon Bell. But we'll figure something out. Well, good luck to the rest of the teams in the playoffs. Shout out to the Colts. For regular videos, I don't know if I'm going to be posting or not because it's nothing to talk about because the season's over. I'm definitely going to watch the Rams and Cowboys game to see who's going to troll in that one. But for regular main videos on my channel, I might do something. That's if something comes up, like something about Coach Frank or Andrew Luck, or maybe a Le'Veon Bell. When I talked about Le'Veon Bell, I got a lot of views and subscribers off that video. What up, DJ Tough? Yeah, man, it's all good. You can't be depressed about our season. Our season coming to an end probably was a good idea. It probably was a good thing we ended here, because Lord knows how it would have looked in New England as it usually does. But I kind of hope for things. Now that the season's over, I can definitely troll. The football guards aren't bothering me anymore. So I feel like I can actually start trolling again. That's a good thing. Maybe my trolling will start with New England. Y'all think they might go under the investigation if they beat the Chargers? They just might. That's the only way they might beat the Chargers. Because if you look at New England, they really don't have anything. They don't have anything. They have Android 89 and Gronkowski. They don't have receivers. Their defense is suspect. Who knows? But that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. I appreciate you guys for coming through. I'm going to probably take a shot or something. Get back on to do what I was doing, to wash some clothes. But it was a good year, man. It was a good year. It's snowing outside. It was snowing in Kansas City as well. But yep, our season ends here. And no credit to his old ass, but Irsay did a good hiring. Yeah, man, Irsay the drunk. I'm going to look like Irsay when I'm finished drinking. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the stream or enjoyed my videos. There's a playlist. You can watch them. My previous videos. Appreciate the like, whoever just liked it. But you can watch my previous videos if you want. Pretty much all the videos that have a lot of views in it are the most interesting ones. The ones with less views are kind of like, eh. But there's an interesting take on Le'Veon Bell on my channel if you want to watch that. The newest Colt, I'm telling you, we gotta get Le'Veon Bell, man. What happened today on the run game would not happen with Le'Veon Bell. I promise you that. I promise. Le'Veon Bell, I have high hopes for him if he becomes a Colt. I have high hopes for him. Who knows what Antonio Brown's gonna do? But that's it. Wednesday should be another podcast episode. I will be on that. Lord knows how that's going to go. There will be no slander. You can't slander the Colts. So I will be waiting for that. You can't slander the Colts, man. If anything, you should just be praising the Chiefs. Which pretty much is going to happen. So I got to get my ears ready for that. But if we're being honest, Mahomes really didn't do anything today. I mean, he ran for a touchdown, but he really didn't do anything today. He found Kelsey for 100 yards, but most of it was just a run game. And I think this game was kind of like the Chiefs, like waking up other parts of their offense. They was waking up other parts of their offense and defense. They were showing they can do more than just pass the football. That's what it looks like. It looked like a learning curve. It looked like Andy Reid was trying to find a new trick up his sleeve. I think Andy Reid won. That's what it looks like. And I feel like this might be his best chance to get it. This might be Andy Reid's best chance to get a ring. Because I think if he doesn't get a ring this year, I think it might be it for Andy Reid. It just might be. This is his best chance to win one. Suspect defense and a good offense. He got a triple head monster and I guess Damian Williams. But he got Hill, Kelsey, Sammy Watkins, I guess. That was a nice little one-hand catch he did. But it is what it is. I'm not talking about the Chiefs no more. My season's over. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the playoffs. I might troll on Twitter for a few. Who knows? But I have something to do. So appreciate you guys for coming through. Best of luck to the rest of the teams in the playoffs. Colts Talk signing out. Peace. Who knows the next time I go live.